right, so just real quick, welcome. I'm back. Just got back up from work again, so I'm a little bit, right? But look, check this out, right? If you remember yesterday in my upload, I was freaking out about 2000. But look here, on the 12th, it's updated to be more real time, 14K, which is insane. Yesterday I was freaking out about 2K is essentially quintupled. Did I math correctly? I'm not sure. But anyway, look at that. It went up again. 18K, 12 subscribers, 123 hours of watch time. And look at this. These shorts are just popping off. Do I just start uploading shorts? Am I going to be in a shorts channel now? I don't know. Finally hit 2.9. Congratulations to me. But yeah, let's see. My top content. Short, non-short. So if you've noticed that I've been uploading daily for the past 4 days, while also like tagging shorts with it. 1 or 2 shorts a night. So far, it's been working pretty well. I mean, obviously, the view count on the longer form content is much lower. But we'll see. Like, if you see this, like for example, let's look at the metrics on this. How do you do this? You'd think that I'd know how to do this by now, but I'm struggling to figure. Okay. Let's look at this, right? Let's look at the analytics to this. The watch time is higher than usual, right? But what I really want to highlight here is audience retention. Average view duration is 4 minutes, 7 seconds. Considering that this is an 18-minute video, I mean, yeah, it's not that much. But comparatively to the rest of my content, 4 minutes is long. So this is a record. This is a win. So 47% of viewers are still watching around the 30-second mark. Okay, never mind. That's not a win. What's that one meme? I'll put it up. But, a win's a win. Whatever. But today, I wanted to call out this video. This popped up in my recommended. And I felt a little called out. I'm 25. I wouldn't say I'm a loner, but I might identify with some aspects of being a loner, I guess, because I like my alone time. So, pretty much just call myself a loner, I guess. Start watching this video a little bit, but we're just going to pick up where I left off, see what Dr. K has to say about 25-year-old loners, aka me, I guess, apparently. We'll see.
Year failed to get in that year as well. So, what am I at that point? I've got nothing going for me. And so as I started working with these people in my office, I started to notice a couple of things. The first is when they came in, I thought, even in my head, I thought, wow, this guy's like a real loser, like me. We're both losers. But as I learned more about psychiatry, I started to realize, oh my God, this person is actually not a loser. What's actually, as I talked to them about their experience of life, I started to notice all kinds of subtle differences that we take for granted. So I'll give you all a simple example. And these are the kinds of questions that you should ask yourself. Because the 25-year-old loner sheds relationships, right? Like over time, it's not like they drive people away. They don't rupture things. They don't cause problems. They're not drama kings or queens. Just over time, people start to slough off. And why is that? What's going on? And what I started to realize is there are all kinds of things which these people were never taught. So, for example, I want you all to think about this, okay?
It's about to get real deep. I feel like some of this advice, or what he's about to say, might apply to a lot of you and myself. But we'll see. Let's check it out.
When you were growing up, when you were 7 years old, how did you learn the rules of making friends? Did your parents make sure you got invited to birthday parties? When you had a birthday party, did your parents invite kids over? When you went to a birthday party, did your parents pick out a gift for the person that you were Did they do all the work? Did they pick out the gift and they wrote the card and just handed it to the other parent? Or were you involved in that process? Were you taught, okay, let's go get a gift for someone. When we get a gift for someone, let's write a card. I'm going to hand you the present and the card, and you're going to go in, and I realize you're going to feel a little bit awkward. You're going to go to your friend, and you're going to hand it.
I would say yes. I think I did do this growing up. Although it wasn't common, or it didn't happen a lot of the time. But it did happen time to time, so I've had experience doing this.
Or did they take care of everything? Or did you not even get invited? Or did you not even go? Or did you go with a gift but no card? Or did you go with a card or no gift?
Jesus.
Another wild thing, when you had a birthday party and other kids showed up, did you give them return gifts? Did you go up to each and every one of your guests at the party, give them a little goodie bag and say, thank you for coming? Did your parents make you do that?
No.
Because this is how you form relationships. This is how you maintain relationships. There are all kinds of things. Did your parents enroll you in particular things? When you had conflict, I remember when I was in the 5th grade, I got into a fight with a kid in my school because we were all part of a friend circle and there were 4 of us. And we started getting into conflict because I wanted to hang out with 2 people. I didn't want to hang out with this 4th kid. The 4th kid wanted to hang out with the 2 people. He didn't want to hang out with me. I got a phone call from his mom to my house. And she talked to me a little bit about how it's not good to fight over friends. And like, is it kind of cringe? Absolutely.
Very
Was the
cringe,
kid
yeah.
embarrassed? I imagine so. Did I kind of get reprimanded by some other kids' parents? Sure. Were my parents even aware of what was going on? Absolutely
no.
not. But the next day at school, there was civility between the 2 of us. And we ended up doing fine for the rest of the year. A parent actually interceded on behalf of their child. How did the parent even know that? It's because they must have talked to their kid. They must have said, hey, what's going on with you today? I'm having trouble making friends. And the parent is like, oh, let me do what a parent is supposed to do. If my child is having trouble learning how to walk, I will teach them to walk. If they're having trouble making friends, let me teach them how to make friends.
Fair.
But what a lot of parents do, and we'll get to why this isn't really their fault in a second, is they don't teach their kids, right? They just sort of send their kids off and assume that the child will learn. Because this is not like, it's not like parenting 101, right? Like not all parents do this. And the thing is, that used to work.
I do want to interject a little bit real quick. I feel like the majority of my childhood was me being sent to that deep end without really knowing or being told what to do. Obviously, not all occasions were like this, right? But some of them were. I think I came out all right, but let's see what Dr. K has to say.
What's changed? One thing, the internet. The internet has changed. So it used to be that we did not have social alternatives or socially fracturing forces like we have today. So there's an increase in globalization, and you can work remotely, and people will move from one place to another. 100 years ago, I remember talking to my grandmother about like when she grew up in her village, what was it like for her? And it's hard to describe this, but like I can't really do it justice, but she was explaining to me that the world was a fictional concept. The idea of other nations were like theoretical. No one in her village of 200 people, not a single person in her village of 200 people, or the generation above, or the generation above, or the generation above, had ever visited another country. For the 300 years in that village, and every person, not a single person had visited another country. I remember when I went to that village, one of my like distant cousins was like, came up to me and was like, did you come here in an airplane? And I was like, yeah, man, of course. I was like 9. And he's like, but how did you get here in an airplane? And I was like, I don't know, dude. Like I sat in the seat. And he looked at me and was like, how do you not foul out? And I was like, what the? and then it clicked. The only mode of transportation this kid has ever seen is a cart that is attached to an ox. How do you go so fast and not fall out? So the social system that our parents learned involved tight-knit communities. That's what human beings have evolved into. So what we teach our kids, we just like kind of show up. Like in that village, you don't need to explicitly teach kids social skills, because they show up, they go to school, they see the same 30 kids. Half of those kids are gonna get married. They're gonna have families. They're gonna see each other every day in the town square. There's no fracturing. And so what's happened is, as the internet has grown, people have been more fractured. And so what's happening is there's a need for parents to intervene in a way that they never have before, because like society just didn't work like that. And the end result is we have a bunch of people who aren't taught how to maintain social relationships. The reason the parents don't really teach it is because they really weren't taught it. But the thing is, for them, they didn't really need to learn, because society was structured in such a way where you sort of had persistent contacts, right? You went to work every day and you saw the same people, and then you went to barbecues and all this kind of good stuff. But now we're working from home. Now we're freelancers. Now we're this. Now we're that. Now people are moving away to different, but like moving is like not that wild, right? It's not like people like, oh my God, if you moved, how did you take your house? I didn't take my house. I rented a place over there. It's like, oh my God, that's so weird. So society is changing. And so once you start to realize this, what I realize as a psychiatrist is that when I work with these people and they don't maintain relationships, it's not because they're losers. It's because they were literally never taught. And I sort of almost like realized, I was like, oh, this is this person's karma. So when I was trying to make sense of this, right, there's a scientific angle. But when it comes down...
Okay, I'm not going to watch all of this, but good points overall. There's this tweet that I've seen. It's from Sahil or something. So Bloom. Yeah. That's it. This is it. There's... Oh, no, I don't want to log in right now. I don't want to log in. Fudge. Why does it make me log in? Okay. Graph. It's graph. Let me close that. Oh, yeah. It's a time spent with people, right? As you can see here, it's a X, Y, or Y being hours per day, X being the age. So as you get older, right, trends or who you spend your time with begins to change. So as you get older, the amount of time you spend alone increases. And for example, the amount of time that you spend with coworkers increase after the age of 18. And as you get older into your 30s, you spend less time with friends, all of that, right? I wanted to bring this graph up in comparison with it, not comparison, but in tandem with this, because I think what Dr. K is trying to say, what to his point, we are becoming increasingly fractured as a society today, right? And that's not to anyone's fault. It's, with the advent of the internet, globalization, us being more interconnected with each other, it's going to lead to this. But he did mention, what did he mention? He mentioned that, right, we are spending more time alone, and I feel like this graph here is starting to spike around our early 20s. Because I'm not sure when this data was pulled, but you get the point, right? But anyway, wanted to watch another video. I am kind of like shot today. I couldn't sleep last night because I have some tooth pain right now, like in the upper left tooth, and it was waking me up in the middle of the night. So I'm physiologically tired right now. So I'm not thinking straight. I'm not really sure what to react to, but if anyone has any ideas or anything particular they want me to react to or watch, I am open to suggestions. Please. It'll make my life easier. It'll give me content that people actually would want to see. I don't want to keep this streak, or I want to keep this streak. See, I'm not even talking correctly. I want to keep this streak going, okay? Look, 14K. I want this to be 14K on the 13th tomorrow once it updates. Probably won't be 14K, but you know, one could hope. Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, also, I'm good. I'll be going to New York tomorrow, or in 2 days actually, on Thursday. So I'm gonna just record a whole huge backlog of videos tomorrow after work. I am off after tomorrow, so I have plenty of time to do that. Then I'll start packing, film in New York, post next week, and we should be good for the rest of the month, I hope. But tomorrow, I am rambling. But pretty much what I'm going to say is that uploads will continue every single day. I'm just going to film all of them tomorrow so that I can schedule each and every day while I'm on vacation, right? And then when I come back, I'll be working one day, and then I'll be going to Mammoth for an entire weekend. That's exhausting. It's exhausting to think about. But anyway, peace.
Right here with no more nine. Off lights. Off.